So we have a cosine function with a value of -3/5 and theta lies in the third quadrant. So we need to find out the value of cosec theta plus cotangent of theta divided by secant theta minus tangent theta. So let's begin with whatever we're provided with. So here we have cosine theta. So that's equals to -3/5. Because we have cosine theta, we can immediately find out the value of secant theta. We know the secant theta, that's the reciprocal of the cosine function. So reciprocal of -3/5 is going to give us -5/3. So we've obtained one trigonometric function. Now using secant theta, we can obtain the value of tangent theta because we know we have an identity. We know the sec 1 plus tangent squared theta, that's equals to secant squared theta. All we have to do is replace the value of secant theta with -5/3. That is going to help us obtain the value of tangent squared theta. We get 1 plus tangent squared theta, that's equals to the -5/3 whole square. So tangent of tangent squared theta, that will be equals to, so -5 whole squared will be 25, 3 squared will be 9. So we have 25/9 minus 1. So this is going to give us tangent squared theta. So this will be equals to, so 25 minus 9, that will be 16. So 16/9, taking the square root on both sides, tangent of theta is going to be equals to plus or minus square root of 16 is 4 and square root of 9 is 3. Here we have two values of tangent theta, +4/3 and -4/3. But we need only one single value. For that, we'll have to take the help of our quadrant system. So we have a Cartesian plane which is divided into 4 quadrants: quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. So in quadrant number 1, for which we have the angle lying between 0 and pi/2. Here all the trigonometric functions are positive. Then in the second quadrant, with the angle lying between pi/2 radians and pi radians, here only the sine function is positive. So since it's sine, we're also going to have a reciprocal, which is the cosecant function, that's also going to be positive. So the sine and cosecant are going to be positive in the second quadrant, rest are going to be negative. Coming to the third quadrant, here we have the tangent function and the cotangent function that are going to be positive, rest are negative. And finally in the fourth quadrant, we have the cosine function and its reciprocal, which is the secant function. So these two are going to be positive and the rest are negative. Now coming to a problem, we are in the third quadrant. So in the third quadrant, we know that the tangent function is positive. So that means tangent of theta is going to have a positive value, which is 4/3. So we have obtained the value of tangent theta as well. Now we'll have to obtain the value of cotangent theta, which is very simple. All we have to do is take the reciprocal of the tangent function. So that's is going to give us the cotangent function. So reciprocal of tangent theta will be 3/4. Now that we have the value of cotangent theta, secant theta and tan theta as well, we'll finally have to find out the value of cosecant theta. To do that, we're going to use the fact that, so let's write down another identity. So we know that cosecant squared theta, so that's equals to 1 plus cotangent squared theta, which gives us 1 plus cotangent squared theta will be 3/4 whole square, so that's 9/16. Adding them gives us 25/16. So this is the value of cosecant squared theta. Taking the square root on both sides, we're going to obtain the value of cosecant theta, which will be plus or minus 5/4. So we'll check what's the nature of cosecant theta in the third quadrant. So in the third quadrant, cosecant theta will be negative because only tangent and cotangent are positive. Everything else is negative. So cosecant of theta will be -5/4. So now we have obtained the value of all the trigonometric functions. So let's find out the value of cosecant theta plus cotangent theta. So we now have to find the value of cosecant theta plus cotangent of theta whole divided by secant of theta minus tangent of theta. So we'll substitute the value here. So cosecant of theta, that's equals to -5/4. Then we have cotangent of theta. So cotangent of theta is +3/4, all divided by secant of theta. So secant function, so that's we have obtained it's -5/3. We have -5/3 minus tangent of theta. So tangent of theta, cotangent of theta is 3/4, then tangent of theta will be 4/3. So let's find out this value. So in the numerator, we're going to have 4, so -5 plus 3 whole divided by negative 5 minus 4. So this is going to be equals to negative 2 divided by 4 whole divided by negative 9 over 3. So 3 times 3 is 9, and this is going to 2 times 2 is 4. So we have negative half divided by 3, which is going to give us a value negative 1 over 6. And the negative sign also cancels out. We have negative into both numerator and the denominator. So we're going to get positive 1 over 6. The cosecant of theta plus cotangent of theta divided by secant of theta minus tangent of theta, it has a value of positive 1 over 6.